Greetings all, Captain Walker Slayer here today. Today I'm doing a video on Trader, the man that needs no introduction because you all know how strong he is. But it's safe to do it just in case people don't know how great he is. So, his Rush, Armor Taunting. This character gets 50% bonus HP and 50% defense for 2 turns. While battling on a defense team, up to 3 enemies get taunt, and minus 50% attack and 100% heal reduction for 2 turns. That isn't always only the good thing about the Trader. Like, the Infection active is the best. So Infection and AP gain. Initial cooldown 1 turn, cooldown 0 turns, number of uses 10. Alright, target enemy gets 15% infection for 2 turns. This character gains 35 AP. So if you don't know what infection does, it basically, if they don't heal it up within the 2 turns, that toon is dead. Right, it's great with heal reduction because they can't heal, so quite good. So for Trader, I gave him defensive mods. Now you can obviously see that there's the attack reflect mod. That's only because it's a reflect mod. If it was a defensive one, I would definitely have that in place. Right, his weapon is the best bit. So as you can see, as the third slot, it's when being attacked, great chance to cause 25% infection for 2 turns to an enemy. That is quite overpowered, really, because you can't really attack him without, getting infected, unless you disarm him. But it's going to be quite tricky to disarm him because of his specialist, which is Resilient. This character has a 50% resistance against all status effects. This status effects, and this stacks with all other resistances. So basically, if you want to go and try and normalize him, it has a 50% chance of landing and stopping that resilience. Right? And if you went to try and disarm him to stop the weapon, you have a 50% chance of that working. So quite a strong toon, I'm not gonna lie. But if you want him to be even more stronger, I would recommend going for Cleanse on his weapon. Mainly because if he does get a negative effect on him, it can be cleansed instantly next turn, so can be quite overpowered. So the team I have for him is the Jesus team I usually have. Here's the mods I use. I have a stun weapon with alert buff. Alert buff is great because it gives defense. I think it does give defense for 1 turn each wave. I think. Not wave. No, each turn. So that's good, and increases by 10 for every alert teammate. So this team, it'd be 30% defense. Next I have Angel with Marcus's Destructive Thompson because of the elusive impair. Because I find that really useful for defense team. The exhaust on her active is really useful. Of course, she can be useful as a leader as well because of the turn 1 days. Right, then we have Shiva. I only have her there just in case, attack team rushes and then that payback can just knock them down. Right, I don't do anything with her weapon, and here's Kenny. He's a great buff toon. I sometimes give him Davies Cupid Crossbow, mainly because of the cleanse and the AP down, but I mostly recommend giving him a stun gun of some variety. Of course, you know, I ain't getting lucky with his weapon, but oh well. So let's just you know, fight this team in friendly raid, in friendly duels with my Job team. I don't think damages like bleed and burn affect. Actually, no, I think they do affect the trader, but we'll just see. So going to trying to burn him, and he resisted the burn, right? So instantly, this Job team I use is instantly not as good as usual. Now, the bad thing about traders, if he gets trauma, he can get serious amount of damage from all sorts of stuff, right? If you try to cause any like debuffs, for example, impair or infection, I mean not infection, no, impair, stun and all that, you know, and it has trauma on, that can seriously affect trader, right? So he can't rush because Jesus is active. And right. Because we couldn't get that burn first turn because of trader, it's gonna be a lot harder to rush and get stuff generally happening. So we're going to impair them so they can't rush this turn. Of course, she does her exhaust, and that's going to be a pain for us. Spread that burn a little. Goes straight to Kenny, which is good because Kenny can revive, and that can be a pain when they bring back Trader. Right, but say if we didn't use Jesus's impair, then that would mean Kenny revives Trader, Trader uses his active, right, and next turn Trader will rush. Right, we could try to disarm him, but that wouldn't work. So now he's just taunted three of my teammates, which means they get infection, and he gets infection on Job. Alright, we're going to try and defeat him with Xander. Jesus is dead. Let's try and defeat him with Job. Job's going to die next turn. And look, Xander's got infected, so he's all that remains. And that just proves how strong Trader is. Of course, he can be weak at the start because of the trauma. I would recommend a trauma resist mod, but I think I don't have any of them. I'll check real quick if I have any trauma resists. Hang on. I think I don't have any trauma resists. Yeah, I don't have any trauma resists. That's a shame. Because if I had trauma resist on Trader, that would mean he's going to be a proper pain for people to try and defeat. Right? Like, Trader he's actually still a good toon. You know, he's quite defensive. He's kind of like a brick wall, which if you attack that brick wall, you just get infected. Right? So that would do it for today's video, guys. This is your captain speaking, signing out.